This is All India Radio, Kohima. Good evening and a very happy new year to all our listeners. I am Nobin Pradhan with the evening news, the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi lays foundation stone of lighthouse projects in 6 states on first day of New Year. Promises house for all, says it is time to end miseries of the poor. Union Health Minister Dr. Harsh Vardhan reviews preparedness for dry run of administering COVID-19 vaccine. National COVID-19 recovery rate improves to 96.08%. And Nagaland's COVID-19 recovered tally reaches to 11,528, active cases at 191. The details. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has promised housing for all and said it is time to put an end to the miseries of the poor while laying the foundation stone of lighthouse projects LHPs under Global Housing Technology Challenge GHTC India across 6 states in the country today through video conferencing. The Prime Minister asserted that the global challenge of COVID-19 gave the nation a scope to innovate and incubate new technology. He said the 6 lighthouse projects launched today will show a new direction to the housing construction sector in the country. Modi said these projects will be made up of modern technology and innovative processes. He said this will be constructed in less time but will be more affordable and comfortable for the poor. Modi also announced winners under the Affordable Sustainable Housing Accelerators India and gave out annual awards for excellence in implementation of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban Mission. The Prime Minister also released a certificate course on innovative construction technologies named Navariti, New Affordable Validated Research Innovation Technologies for Indian Housing, and a compendium of 54 innovative housing construction technologies identified through GHTC India. Union Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Harsh Vardhan today reviewed the preparedness for the dry run of administering COVID-19 vaccines in Delhi. During the meeting, he directed all the state officials to complete all the necessary arrangements. State officials also informed the minister that all the necessary arrangements have been made and hospitals are fully prepared. Dr. Harsh Vardhan said the purpose of the dry run is to identify the problems which can be rectified in the earlier stage. He expressed satisfaction over the arrangements made by the state officials. Head of the COVID Task Force and Niti Aayog member Dr. V.K. Paul said that the dry run of vaccination is important to ascertain the preparedness and operational functioning of CoWIN under actual circumstances. Meanwhile, the nationwide dry run will begin tomorrow. The country's COVID-19 recovery rate has improved to 96.08% as more than 23,000 COVID patients recovered during the last 24 hours. The Health Ministry said the total number of recoveries has gone up to over 98,83,000. The actual caseload currently comprises only 2.47% of the total positive cases. Presently, the total number of active cases in the country is around 2,54,000. The ministry said currently India's case fatality rate is 1.45%, which is one of the lowest globally. The total number of samples tested so far has reached 17 crore 31 lakhs. Nagaland has so far logged a total of 11,528 recovered cases, thus improving the COVID-19 recovery rate in the state to 96.64%. The state today reported 14 infected people recoveries and 2 new infections. 8 recovered cases were recorded from Kohima, 4 from Kipire and 1 each from Dimapur and Mokokchung, while 2 new infections were reported in Dimapur from among the armed forces. With this, the number of active corona cases in the state has declined to 191, while there are 11,929 total confirmed positive cases. Till date, Nagaland has tested a total of 1,20,397 suspected COVID-19 samples. Of the total tests done, 72,526 samples have been tested through RT-PCR, 36,732 on TrueNat and 11,139 on rapid antigen test, of which 1,08,468 have been tested negative. Nagaland Health and Family Welfare Minister S. Pangnyuphom has conveyed appreciation to all the frontline workers for the tireless effort in the fight against the COVID-19 pandemic. In a gratitude note issued yesterday, Pangnew said it is because of the risk and unending service rendered by them that the lives of many people were saved and rescued. He also said the state has lost many good souls through this pandemic and conveyed condolences to the bereaved families. The minister further opined that the pandemic has taught us to share responsibilities and urged all to stay more committed to win the war against this invisible enemy. You are listening to the news from All India Radio, Kohima. The World Health Organization (WHO) said it has cleared the Pfizer BioNTech coronavirus vaccine for emergency use. This means poorer countries may soon get access to the shot already available in Europe and North America. Every country that has a drug regulatory body will have to issue its own approval for any COVID-19 vaccine, but countries with weak systems usually rely on WHO to vet the shots. The global body said yesterday that the decision to issue its first emergency use validation for a COVID-19 vaccine opens the door for countries to expedite their own regulatory approval processes to import and administer the vaccine. The UN Health Agency said its review found the Pfizer BioNTech vaccine, which has already received clearance in the United States, Britain, the European Union, and a dozen other countries, met the must-have criteria for safety and efficacy set out by WHO. GST revenue collection for last month has been recorded to be an all-time high since the implementation of the Goods and Services Tax in the country. The gross GST revenue collected in the month of December 2020 is 1,15,174 crore rupees. The revenue collected is 12% higher than the GST revenues in the corresponding period last financial year. The December 2020 revenues are significantly higher than November's revenues, which was nearly 1,04,963 crore rupees. The Ministry of Road Transport and Highways has extended the deadline for 100% collection of toll charges on the National Highway Network through FASTag till February 15. Earlier, the National Highways Authority of India (NHAI) had announced to completely do away with cash transactions for paying toll charges from January 1. Currently, the share of transactions by FASTag is hovering around 75 to 80%. In a communication to NHAI, the ministry has said the Highways Authority can obtain the needed regulatory requirement from it for ensuring 100% cashless fee collection from February 15. In order to discourage cash transactions at toll plazas, all lanes, barring one on each side, have been made dedicated FASTag lanes, and any vehicle entering these lanes without FASTag are liable to pay double the normal toll fee. The Rashtrapati Bhavan Museum Complex, which was closed for public viewing due to COVID-19 since 13th of March last year, will reopen from 5th of January this year. It will be open on all days except on Mondays and government holidays. Visitors can book their slots online by visiting websites presidentofindia.nic.in or rashtrapatisachivalaya.gov.in or rbmuseum.gov.in. As earlier, a nominal registration charge of 50 rupees per visitor will be levied. On the spot booking facility, which was previously available, is temporarily suspended. And as the nation fights COVID-19 pandemic, let us all remember to stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, wash hands frequently with soap and water, or use hand sanitizer and follow social distancing norms. And to end the news, a reminder of the headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi lays foundation stone of lighthouse projects in 6 states on first day of New Year. Promises house for all, says it is time to end miseries of the poor. Union Health Minister Dr. Harsh Vardhan reviews preparedness for dry run of administering COVID-19 vaccine. National COVID-19 recovery rate improves to 96.08%, and Nagaland's COVID-19 recovered tally reaches to 11,528, active cases at 191. And that is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.